Good morning. Welcome to Wednesday and Midweek Metaphysics. And we are going to be spending some time today with Debra Fleeger. I will tell you more about her in just a few moments. And I just wanted to let you know that here we are, and take a moment to get settled, to relax, and maybe run off to the restroom, grab a cup of tea, whatever would make you comfortable, because we have something special in store for you today. So in just another couple minutes, we will be going live with Debra Fleeger, Sacred Sounds for the Soul. Let's take a moment and breathe. Center and relax if you're here with us. We'll be starting right at 11 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock, and good morning, and welcome to the beginning of this week's Midday Metaphysics. We have a wonderful program planned for you today. Midweek Metaphysics is an exploration of some of the unseen energies on our planet, in our lives, that impact us, and we are seeking ways to understand these things and to find ways to tap in and use these energies in ways that can support and can heal. And today we have with us a special friend of mine, Debra Fleeger, and she's a certified sound facilitator, and she uses the magic found in the Alchemy Crystal bowls in her sound healing. She is also trained in yin and restorative yoga, as well as Reiki. She brings together beautiful elements of healing, and I'm not going to tell you too much about her, other than she is a deeply spiritual woman with love of the arts. She is a Sedona resident, and she and her husband Jeff have a love of nature and spend many months out of the year glamping around the country, something that I have always admired about the two of them and their adventuresome spirits. And I am going to bring Debra on right now. Debra here with us? See, look, we can. She hears me talking this way about her. Yes, I think she's a very special person on our planet, and I'm happy to have her with us here today. Good morning, Debra.
Good morning. Thank you for the invitation.
You are welcome. I am so happy to have you here. You just bring a special kind of magic alive. And I know that people are interested in understanding more about some of these ideas of energy and its movement and how it impacts and affects us. And could you talk a little bit about actually what sound healing is?
Yes, absolutely. Sound sessions are capable of synchronizing brainwaves, and this achieves profound states of relaxation, which is able to restore our harmonious vibratory frequency at a cellular level. And this enables the body to do what it does best, heal.
Wow.
You know, everything vibrates. You walk into a room, let's say you're going to a special event. You walk into the room and you feel, ooh, this feels good. I think I'm going to have a great time. You are feeling the frequency of the room. And the frequency of the room is merging and feeling your frequency. And when you're on similar frequencies, it actually enlarges that vibratory field.
Mm.
And that's what's called entrainment. And it's it's so powerful. It can be negative or positive, but every living thing vibrates. And that's science. We just show up. And from moment to moment, we have different frequencies.
So we're learning actually as we begin to understand some of these unseen energies, these frequencies that are present in our day-to-day experience and within ourselves and in our environment. We're learning more about what our relationship with these is, aren't we? And how we can use them in positive ways. And that's a lot of what your work is about.
Absolutely. There's a lot of benefits to sound sessions. They actually did a study in Japan, I think it was in 2018, where they took DNA vials and they subjected it to different kinds of music, Gregorian chants, Sanskrit chants, classical music, and rock. And what they found was that the Gregorian chants and the Sanskrit chants actually increased, they were measuring the UV light absorption, and it actually increased the light absorption, which is very healthy for the cells. The classical music they found did increase the UV light absorption a little less, and then rock music actually decreased that absorption and harmed the DNA. So it's truly amazing. And I would say that most of us listen to music that we love, and frequency can be considered a type of music.
Yes. Yes.
The benefits vary, and it really depends on what a client is looking for and how open someone is to that experience.
Right.
And it's been known to lower cholesterol, alleviate depression, it can lessen anxiety, reduce pain. I know for me personally, it's lessened some of my PTSD symptoms. It increases relaxation, improves sleep patterns. It's a pretty amazing and actually easy modality from the person who's receiving it. The type of sound session that I give, you just come in and you lay down and you receive.
I have experienced your sessions, and I find them incredibly impactful. And something that you would then carry with you. It's my understanding that these frequencies actually interact with our DNA. Yeah.
Yes, they do. And typically a session can take you to a theta or a delta brainwave state. And the theta is a near sleep. And usually in that brainwave, it can lower blood sugar and inflammation.
Wow.
The delta brainwave state is deep meditation, and that can help to improve the immune system. It can rejuvenate and renew your entire system.
And how did you originally get into this kind of work?
Well, a small group of us went to visit a tribe in the Sierra Nevada in Colombia. It was the Kogi tribe. It was a beautiful experience. And so when we came back, the group decided that they would like to have a fundraiser. And someone donated a set of the classic crystal, the white bowls that a lot of us are used to seeing, the big, beautiful bowls. And I bought it. And The moment that I played it, it's hard for me to find the words, but it was magical. I felt an immediate connection and I was hooked, so to speak.
Oh, that's beautiful. So you found, it was like finding an old friend. You found an immediate resonance with these
It,
intimate
it,
goals.
yeah, it was so intimate, and then I just kept playing. I was encouraged by my first teacher. She goes, play wherever you can. And so I would invite myself to yoga studios. It's like, hey, can I play during Shavasana, which is the final pose
Right.
of most classes. And it's an absolutely restful pose. And I just went in there and played and kept playing. I never stopped.
Yeah, yes, yes, and it just keeps getting more involved, I see. The time that I've known you, I've met you in these places around yoga, around restoration, around spiritual reflection and spiritual um, exploration, around the arts, art also itself having an energy and a potential to take us places. And I just have been watching this journey of yours evolve over the years that we've known each other. And I'm so pleased and excited for what you bring to the world and how it can really serve, particularly in the time that we're in now, where there is so much tension and anxiety. We're in a shift. It feels like we're in a shift. It feels like we're moving to a different way of being, out of maybe more of the doing and into more of the being to understand the world that we're in. And it strikes me that this type of work, that this type of energy, bringing forth not only the understanding but the experience of these alchemical sacred bowls, are part of the support of that, part of helping us move through these things. And I like to talk about the buzz of chaos. And, we are that, these conversations, this work that you're doing, it's the buzz that's sort of giving rise to our ability to heal as a culture, as humanity, like our collective immune system almost, and you're flowing energy into that. So when clients come to you and they have a session, or when you go to an event and you are sharing gifts, how do clients use that from there? Do they sort of like going to a chiropractor or another healing modality? Do we find ourselves in that space of healing while we're working together, and then we take it with us, it shifts something? Or do we need to integrate it more regularly through our day? Or how does that actually work for the clients?
But essentially, it's all of those. And it depends. If I'm playing for a group, then I play intuitively. So I tune in a couple days before. I may be talking with the facilitator of that particular group to find out what is the group looking for, what do they need, and sometimes I don't have any information. So I have to leave it up. I rely on a divine guidance, including the bowls, because it's not up to me what bowls come. And that's for, as a facilitator, for me to consciously set my ego aside, let those messages come in, and whether or not I agree about what bowls I'm taking, it's going to be fine. So I have a client that has PTSD symptoms, and it's wonderful if You can come in for regular sessions in addition to everything else that you're doing. She finds so much peace and calm that she looks forward to each session. And we don't always know where someone is unless they communicate that to us.
Right.
And for me, it's always staying detached so they can have the experience that they want. You know, these bowls are 99% crystal, and a lot of us carry crystals around, and crystals are conductors. You find crystals in TVs, a lot of technology, and so they're able to amplify, store, transform, and most importantly, transmute energy. So that's what these bowls do. I always love the blend of Eastern and Western medicine. And I have quite a few friends that combine those modalities with sound and other modalities that they feel they resonate with. So you see, the most important thing is, what do you resonate with? What do you feel serves yourself the best?
Right. Oh, so beautiful. So beautiful, because part of the opportunity for us at this time is getting in touch with our own inner wisdom and our own voice and guidance. So it sounds to me like we're asking people to be present for what they're feeling as they move into different healing modalities, and maybe in particular this one. And now we're going to have an opportunity to have a session, a little experience of some of these sounds today. And I'm very excited about that. And I'm wondering if maybe just before we begin, if you refer to the bowls choosing who goes with you when you go somewhere. So talk a little bit more about that. Maybe introduce us to some of these bowls. And but I want to make sure that's such a big, broad topic that I would love to go in depth with, but mind, we want to leave some time for sound experience as well.
Well, I'd love to give you an example. I did a session for a public event, and I had the bowls all packed up, ready to go, and I got this little message: you need to take these 2 bowls. And I go, okay. They said, you don't necessarily need to play them, but you can leave them up on the platform. And so actually that's what I did. I did play them a little bit. Afterwards, a woman came up to me and she goes, tell me about this bowl. And it was a heart bowl. The bowls are keyed to the chakras. So they start with the key C, which is the root bowl, the Muladhara, and moves up through to the crown chakra, Sahasrara. And so they represent what that chakra represents, as well as I use primarily alchemy bowls. So there are, I'm just going to grab this one. It's pink ocean gold, so it has a bit of gold infused in it, and the process by which it's crystal tones bowls that I buy, it's proprietary. So even the employees don't know the entire system. But pink ocean gold, the pink represents the divine feminine. And I have a few ocean golds, and they're great reminders of going with the flow.
Yes, boy, I need that reminder.
Yeah, so I do receive a description when I purchase the bowls. And so this particular woman, she called me afterwards as well. And she goes, tell me more about this bowl. I said, the best thing I can do is to send you the entire description I have. And how does that fit? Reflect on it, look at it. What does that mean for you in your life where you are right now? So that was a beautiful experience for me as well, to remember, listen to that inner voice, your intuition. We all have it. And that's what I call your heart voice.
Yes, that's so beautiful. And it's as though that bowl spoke to you in your studio and said, take me. And then it spoke to that woman from the stage in a way that sounds like really stuck with her, that she was coming back hungry to understand more about that. The heart space, wow, such an important place for us to be connecting now. Really.
Absolutely. You know, it's interesting what we're all going through is it's collective. It's a collective energy that can be very helpful for all of us. Like we're in this together, a lot of different levels, but we are in this together.
We are in this together. We ultimately, it's my understanding that we are one body of energy. We are one part of one field of energy. And one of the things I celebrate about work that you're doing is what you feed the field. You know, you live these principles, you live this practice, and then you take that energy and you in your bowls, you know, you pour this out into the field with the intention of bringing specific and collective healing. I can't thank you enough for the work that you do in that way. And I would love for us to have a little sound. Would this be a good moment to?
Yes, I would like to mention one thing. I played in the Midwest and I did a back-to-back event due to COVID restrictions. And I played with the same bowls, two different groups of people, and the owner of the studio was there for both sessions. And I love that she was able to talk about it to the group. She said, exact same bowls, entirely different experience. And that's because of the frequencies and the vibrations that everyone brought into the room. So that's a classic example of how powerful we can be with our vibrations.
Ah, that's interesting. I love that. You know, whenever I do group meditations, that is very much the experience. You know, it's always informed by who's in the room and how that flows. It'll be curious to me. We're recording this, and the video is going to be available for other people, and I'll be curious the how experiences will vary from one person to another depending upon who's actually watching the video. I'm maybe it's a captured moment in time, or maybe not. Maybe not.
You know, it's interesting because it's online, so it's similar to a synthetic frequency versus an acoustical frequency. And I've always wondered about that too. I have taped a few sessions. I know they're on my YouTube channel. I think they're on the website in a different format where it sounds like the sound might be clearer. I always encourage people to put earphones on. We have our monkey mind is working on us. We've got a lot of things that we're doing or thinking about. So to try to eliminate as many distractions as possible. So I'm happy to play. Tell me how much time I have, Shay, and we'll go from there.
Wow,
Maybe
really? Am I asking too much to ask for about 5 minutes or?
this is your show.
Yeah,
No.
well, I love that. Thank you for that. And I'm sure the audience is wanting more than that, but if we could have a little 5 minute moment of just sinking in and having a taste. I just want to invite everyone to relax into the seat and let's have a little taste of what Debra Fleeger is bringing to us this morning. hesitate to start talking again. The space that you've created is just amazing.
It's the bowls. It's all the bowls.
Yes, wow. Do you start with a specific intention when you start to play, or is it more just opening a space and letting whatever the bowls are, however the bowls are guiding you?
There is a couple mantras that I recite before. It's more from a facilitator aspect so that I am in a space in order to deliver the frequencies that are needed in the room. And then basically at that point, the bowls take over. When I'm playing with my gong partner, Terry Dawn, she has mentioned that sometimes she'll see me go to play bowl and all of a sudden I'm over here. And I feel a little bit like a puppet in a very positive way.
Right, right. I recognize that from my own creative process. Just, showing up, getting out of the way, preparing that space, inviting what's going to be of the greatest benefit to flow through, and let the colors and the imagery and that decide what is it that's needed in the world right at that moment. That's so very beautiful. Oh my gosh, I am feeling like I have drifted off somewhere. But I know we need to stay present for our wrap up here. And I know we're actually out of time. And if we just another couple of minutes, who is that blue bowl just to your left? This one, yes. Who is that?
Oh, this is Egyptian blue, pink ocean gold, again feminine and going with the flow. This is feels to me personally very masculine, and it's a loud guy, and it's amazing. It encompasses that energy of the Egyptian ancient times. Very powerful. Yeah. Oh, you're resonating with that. Well, let's have a conversation about this later for you.
Okay, I would love that. Yes, I'm sure that happens with your clients. They probably find themselves in that space, and then whatever they're drawn to, you have an opportunity to help them open and learn more about where they are and that. Yes, very much. That little baby was just speaking to me. And does it resonate with any particular chakra, or is it?
Yes, this is G, so it's throat.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. I would love to hear more about that when we can. And thank you, Deborah. Thank you for being so generous and sharing your time and your gifts with us here on Midweek Metaphysics. I want people who are with us today, I want to thank you for coming. You are why we are here and why we are doing this. And you each are amazing and have so much to offer. And whatever we can do to help each of you and our collective consciousness to embrace and heal and empower ourselves to what I like to think is bring forth a more peaceful and compassionate world, a place where people are healed and connected, and that. So we can have sessions with you. We can invite you to be a part of an event. I heard you also say you have a YouTube channel. And so there are some ways to have a taste of this experience as you decide how you want to move deeper. You also have a website, and it's Sacred Sounds for the Soul. And again, that's sessions and events. And I have just always admired your elegance. You are deeply intuitive. I love your art, and I thank you again for spending this time with us.
I so appreciate the opportunity, Shey. It's always wonderful to connect with you and what you are bringing to the world. So thank you, Satnam, and Namaste. Oh, and may sound soothe your soul.
May sound soothe your soul. I love that so much, so much. Thank you, my friend, and we will talk again soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.